Hello and welcome to Leilani Drinks the Brown Stuff, and I am your host Leilani. And tonight, my surroundings are a little bit different because I'm inside the house. Why, you ask? Because it's cold. It be freezing out there sometimes, don't it, boo? So we are in, and we actually get to hit up a whiskey that my beast got me for my Whiskey of the Month club that I'm so happy about, because the label's cool, and sometimes that's what we go off. So we're going to be talking about Aces High Bourbon whiskey, not to be mistaken with Mystic Mountain's Aces High American whiskey, which I think some sites did as they were trying to sell this whiskey. They got them kind of mixed up in description because I couldn't find too much about them. So what's on the label? It's 80 proof. It's 40% ABV. It costs roughly around $30. Now, one of the wholesalers stated that it had been distilled 5 times, and that it was handcrafted in small batches in Cali. The only thing I think that is true about that statement for this here whiskey is that it is in Cali. Why? Because when most whiskeys state that they have been distilled 5 times, they are very proud of that fact, and it's going on their label. And as you can see, there is no mention of that on this label anywhere. Handcrafted small batches, they like saying that too. That might not be on there, but something of that kind of description it usually is. So not seeing it on there makes me believe that they have mistaken Mystic Mountain's Aces High for this Aces High. And maybe that's the reason why I can't find no information on this whiskey. Maybe they just took the name. I don't know. So as I dove into the labeling, it did say that it was bottled by Mike Curfew Distillery. And he's a cool looking guy, has this long white beard, and he just looks like a distiller. And he's located where? In Cali, in San Diego. And you best believe I will be making my way out to his distillery when I get back to San Diego for a play that I booked again. So you will be hearing about him, but not tonight, because this is not his expression. It was just bottled there. He has nothing about it on his site. So I go back to the label and I see that it says for Benny Enterprises, which I do look up again. And it's difficult. It's a difficult webby. It looks more like the business kind if you're going to go ahead and wholesale or try to find something to put money in, or if you have something that you want to sell. So it was just like a beer, wine, alcoholic beverage wholesaler kind of website that was off to the side. It was very hard for me to even find that section of whatever they were doing. So nothing at all. But that's why we get these whiskeys. Not only to find out that there's no information about them really, except what's on their label, but that most of us are prone to looking at labels when we don't know too much about whiskeys, either going by price or going by what they look like. And you can't help it because it is a cool looking label. Look at that skeleton playing. You would buy it, because we did. So let's get into this. Puncture this part. How am I supposed to get into a bottle of whiskey when y'all make it so hard? Let me see if I can just... Thanks. Enough. Let's see if I can. All right, I think I scrape it, scrape it, scrape it, scrape, 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 scrape. All right, let's see. Oh, come on, yes, I broke some of that. Oh, well, that's a good pop. A little oaky, dirty, little earth, and orange, of course. All right, let's do this. So that's all I'm getting off the cork. A woman's poe, a woman's poe, just a little woman's poe. Although that does look like a lot. He does say that my pores are excessive. Slightly cloudy. Kind of reminds me of the kind of like California sunshine kind of feel to it. Yeah, it does have a beer-like quality to it. Cloudy, so it's probably unfiltered. So let's get to it. Just the zest is coming through. A little bit of oak on the back end. Something sweet is coming through. Like maybe a bit of honey. Yeah, but the oak kind of smell is gone. The dirt smell is gone. All right. A nice kind of not watery feel, but just an easygoing mouth feel with that sip. A little bit of caramel with that. And again, just easy on the palate and lips. I guess with it being 80 proof and a bourbon, it's just not like burning, which is nice. Nice. Because some people just don't like it. I enjoy both, so. It has more of a lemony orange zest to it. So it's not just all orange, which makes it better in my opinion. And it's just nice on the back of the palate. I feel some warmth hit in the back end with maybe a little spark of like a pepper kind of feel. It feels more like a white pepper, but easy. So easy. Now there's not a lot of complexity with this whiskey. There's not a lot of layers. I'm not finding anything that's like, I taste this and a little bit of that and maybe some of that honey and vanilla's coming through. It's just not that. You have the zest, the drink, the warmth at the back end, a little bit of the peppery feel, and nothing else. But it is so simplistic in its way. And to try it and not hit up with that orange kind of madness and zestiness is really a big plus in my book, especially when I'm dealing with a lot of these bourbons. And again, that's why I do like the local and the small batch, which this could be, but it's not really stated. But again, it's at a small local distillery and maybe the barrels. Yeah, there's not much to it, but if someone isn't quite into whiskeys yet, I would say this is actually decent enough to start them off on, because it's not that burning sensation. It's not that huge, weird kind of orange zesty sensation. It's just kind of a nice, relaxing palate, ease to a drink, and I like that. I like it. It's all right, but of course, there's to me nothing in it that's making it solid enough for me to be like, okay, well, at least it had that. It feels like I'm just drinking some whiskey, alcohol, bourbon, and, you know, with nothing to dive into. And for some people, that's okay, but for me, it's not. So Leilani Drinks the Brown Stuff has to give this Aces High Bourbon Whiskey 2.5 kisses. It is fine for what it is, but I do believe another layer would have given it 3 kisses. So if you are dealt an aces high, it wouldn't be a winning hand this time around. Cheers.